Good morning. I am Ramanda Noble Watson, the Director of Public Relations and Communications with the South Carolina High School League. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 Girls Lacrosse State Finalist Press Conference. With us this morning, we have coaches and players from classes 4A and 5A. But before we get started, we will have some kind words from the Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, Dr. Jerome Singleton.
Thank you, Miss Romanda. Good morning. Congratulations. Please know that the South Carolina High School League membership is so proud of your accomplishment. I know throughout this season, you've created some great memories for yourself. This upcoming championship is another opportunity to create some more memories. Do the best that you can. Play hard, play fair, play to win, of course. Congratulations again. Enjoy this press conference and enjoy the experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. So we're going to introduce to you our participants. From classes 4A, we have Oceanside Collegiate Academy, who is coached by Ashley McCullough. Coach McCullough, would you please introduce your players that you have with us today?
Yes, I have two of my senior captains. So to my right is Sage Adams, one of our defender midfielders, and on my left is Kate Weston, who is one of our attackers.
Thank you so very much. And they will match up against Lucy Beckham High School, coached by Brooke Black. Coach Black, please introduce us to your players.
Good morning. I have two senior captains as well. This is Ann Edens and Avery Hull.
Welcome in, welcome in. Now, competing in class 5A, we have J.L. Mann High School, coached by Christy Shoemaker. Coach Shoemaker, please introduce us to your.
Good morning. With me, I also have two senior captains. On the far left, I have Sailor Henderson. She's my goalie. And then in the middle, I have Noli Hiller. She's a midfielder. She's an attack player, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you and welcome into this morning's press conference. And finally, we have Wando High School, coached by Ed Rechtenwall, and coach who is remotely away from his players. But can you please introduce us to these two young ladies you have with you today?
Good morning. With me this morning, I have senior attack captain Kelsey Bennett and junior midfield captain Chrissy Mallon.
Well, welcome in and thank you all again for joining us for this press conference. And I promise you, we won't keep you long, but we will give you some good information heading into Saturday's final. We will begin with each coach giving us a brief summary of this season. And we will start with Wando head coach, Coach Rechtenwall. Please give us a summary of your season.
For us, it was trying to assess what we lost, a number of seniors leaving, obviously, and then finding the players that we could plug in as part of the process, and just getting the players to commit, put the effort forth, and see what happens. And fortunately for us, we've come out with a number of wins.
Thank you. Excuse me. And now we'll go to Coach Shoemaker from J.L. Mann. Please share your season.
Yeah, so this year we have 11 seniors. So this was our year. We've worked really hard. These kids haven't been at this level for a while. And so our goal has always been to make it to the state championship game. And we've worked real hard to make that happen. And luckily here we are.
Well, thank you, Coach Shoemaker. And now we're going to move to our coaches in class 4A, and we'll begin with Coach Black from Lucy Beckham. Please give us a little synopsis on your season.
Good morning. Our season was our first season with seniors. So we have the opposite problem. And it's been wonderful. This team has been together now for 3 years. And so we also try to put together a more challenging season. So we had a few more losses than we've had in previous years, but it was only made us stronger and brought us together as a team.
Well, thank you for sharing that information. And finally, we have Coach McCullough from Oceanside. Please share with us your take on your season this year.
Yeah, I think coming from last season, we only lost one senior, so knew we'd have a strong team. We have a strong senior class, but we're also super young, so we have a good mix. And we played also a really tough out-of-state schedule, really tried to get us ready for the state championship game.
Well, thank you, coaches. That gives us a little insight on how things went leading up to this state finals. So we're going to move on to our student athletes and staying with Oceanside. So the first question goes to Ms. Sage. Please tell us what you would say was the high point for you this season.
I would definitely say beating Weddington was a big accomplishment for our team. It was we've had a tough schedule. Our out-of-state teams were definitely really tough this year, and it just really showed beating them that we can work really well as a team and that we can compete with all the other South Carolina teams.
Wonderful, wonderful. And for Miss Kate, and I went with her with the high point, what would you say was the low point of the season, and how did you and your team fight through it?
We've definitely had a lot of injuries this season, and I feel like as a team, we've definitely come as one and shown everyone who we are, especially with some injuries and bouncing back from that.
Well, I'm glad that, and hopefully those who were injured was able to recover in time to come to playoffs. And if not, we hope that they continue to recover. And now moving to Lucy Beckham, and this question goes to Miss Ann. You have been a member of this team since the school started. How would you say the program has grown and prepared you for the playoffs and ultimately reaching the finals?
I think definitely since our first season, where we played like mostly region games, we weren't as prepared with some of those games because like the teams we played weren't as high caliber. But I think coming back to this season, we played a lot harder teams like as we progressed in each season, which I think has helped us grow a lot as a team and learn each player on our team's strengths and weaknesses and be able to use it to our advantage and taking these harder game losses and learning from them and just growing a lot as a team, which I think this season, our losses, we've been able to learn what we need to work on to play these harder teams, especially in our state game.
Well, good. I'm glad that this has helped you to progress this far. And for Avery, grit has been a word you used a lot this season. What does that mean for you and your team? And how has it helped you get to the state finals?
Yeah, I think kind of what Ann was saying, we are a new team and we started off just playing regional games and we've kind of just gone up really from there. Like this year we had a much harder schedule and it's just kind of all about coming together and just laying everything on the field, giving it all you got and just having grit and just trying as hard as you can. And knowing that we can do it, I think is a big thing, and believing in ourselves mentally and also physically that we can do it and we're capable of doing really hard things.
That's good. The belief definitely gets you over sometimes when that play can't and you feel like you can't do it. If you believe and you get over that hump. Well, thank you all so much. And we're going to go on to our 5A. See, you thought you wasn't getting in on the action. I'm gonna get you in on the action now for our 5A student athletes. And we'll begin with JL Mann and Sailor. Describe the team's culture and how it has helped you get this far.
Our team culture, we have a really fun environment. Like we're very positive and we're an uplifting team. So like during games or practices, we're always having fun. And I think this has really brought us far because we play the sport to have fun and to be with people. So like, and I always say when we have fun, we play better. So I think that's really brought us a long way. Having fun, that's important because, you know, just like with me, when I have fun at work, I work that much harder. So definitely. And for Ms. Noli, how has this season prepared you to make it to the final game?
You know, this year I think we had a tougher schedule than past seasons. You know, we started out with Chapin, who's a pretty good team in our division. And so having a tougher schedule just prepared us for the high competition that we're going to have on Saturday. And it just pushed us to work hard and it really brought our confidence up.
All righty, so entering that state game with the confidence, but good luck to you all. And finally, we will hear from the student athletes at Rondo High School. Ms. Kelsey, how have you maintained consistent success over the last 3 years?
I would definitely say our team mentality and our work ethic. We have harped on that since preseason every year and during our tryouts. And that has been just one of our goals as a team. And I think our girls have really executed that each year and even more this year. And I think it's really worked out for us. And given like our success in our season, our wins, our losses, everything we have taken and learned from our losses this year. And we're more than prepared for the state championship again this year.
Okay, well, wonderful. And finally, excuse me, Chrissy, how did winning the state championship last year help you prepare for this year?
Yeah, so we have a lot of girls who played in the state championship game last year and just taking their experience into practice since, like Kelsey said, since preseason, working towards states and winning states has been our goal since the beginning of the season. So using that experience and encouraging everyone to just hustle to every ground ball, because that's what you're gonna have to do in states.
Perfect. So see, those are all the questions that we had to come in, but we're not done. So during the press conferences, we like to give the viewers a less serious side of the participants, coaches included. So with that, I have a question for the athletes and the coaches. And we're going to begin with the coaches. So we get to, since the athletes just finished answering questions, we're going to get them off the hot seat and we're going to put the coaches on the hot seat. So coach, is only one thing that I wanted to know. And I'm sure the viewers would like to know this answer too. If you were not coaching lacrosse, what other sport would you coach? If you were not coaching lacrosse, what other sport would you coach? And it can't be something, so when you're coming through college and coming through high school, it can't be something that you played. It needs to be something that you're unfamiliar with. Think about a sport that you're unfamiliar with. And we'll start with the coaches from 4A. Coach McCullough, you're up.
You said it can't be a sport I played?
No, you can't because you know how to coach it. Think of something you don't know how to coach.
I would coach pickleball because I think that's an up and coming sport, super fun. Gets a lot of people together, and I think that's something that would be really fun to coach.
Pickleball. Okay, Coach Black, same question.
Okay. Hi. After playing top golf, I think golf would be the way that I would go because I swung and missed a few times. So
Did you hit any of the targets in top golf?
I did one.
Yeah, you won, didn't you?
I won. Did I win my bid? No, I came in second.
Okay, so top golf. It is really fun. I played it and we and now for our 5A coaches, what would be the sport? Coach Shoemaker?
I have played a lot of sports, it's the hard one, but I think maybe I would do like an adventure sport like kayaking or whitewater rafting maybe. That would be fun.
Oh, have you done any of those things?
No.
Okay. Good luck. If you ever venture out, please take a picture and send it back to the high school so we can have it. And finally, Coach Rechtenwall, what would be your sport?
Well, now that I've had a few seconds to think about this with all the other coaches answering, I would have to take advantage of the beaches here in Charleston and coach surfing.
Surfing. Take a lot of balance to do that.
Which I have none of, but we'll try.
Okay. So we're going to let you have surfing. Well, thank you, coaches, for showing the viewers a little bit of what you may dibble or dabble in. And now we're going to go to the athletes. It's your turn. So here's your question. If you had to choose another sport to play, what would it be? Now think about it. If you're a two-sport athlete, of course, it can't be your other sport. So what would it be? And let's see, we'll start with, let's start with Wando and Chrissy.
I think that I would do cross country because I have so much admiration for cross country runners because running 11 miles a day is crazy.
Yes. All right, Kelsey.
I think I would probably do volleyball, get a nice air-conditioned sport for a change.
So come out the heat, do all your running in the air. That makes good sense.
Yes, ma'am.
And now we're going to go to JL Man and Sailor. What would be your sport?
I think I'd like to play ice hockey or rugby. I think rugby for sure. I just think I'd be really good at it.
Okay. And Noli?
I think I do gymnastics because that's my favorite sport to watch when the Olympics is happening. It's just such an impressive sport.
It is very impressive. And finally, the crew from Lucy Beckham. Let's see. We'll start with Ann. What would be your sport?
Miss Coach McCullough kind of sparked my interest. I think I would play pickleball because I've been actually like playing a couple of times with my parents and it's actually so much fun. I think
I like the smaller court rather than like a full tennis court, and I think it's a lot more easier, and you can easier like get into it. I think it's a lot of fun. So I think I'd actually play pickleball, but never play lacrosse.
Okay, and finally, we'll close it out with Avery.
Kind of similar. I think I would do tennis.
Tennis.
Because I don't know, I've always had fun whenever I play it, and it's fun to watch on TV. So I think I would enjoy that.
So you don't mind staying outside to play?
I don't think so. There's the indoor courts though. There's indoor tennis courts.
Yeah, you can go indoors. Well, that's all we have for our coaches.
I think Sage and Kate might have picks too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about Sage. My apologies. Can't forget about Sage. What will your picks be?
Probably volleyball. I have the height for it,
Oh, so you're okay. So you may be, how tall are you?
like 5'9".
Okay, so you may be a middle blocker or outside. Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, Kate, I'm sorry to leave you out, but
I
please.
play basketball.
Okay. Now, have you played any basketball anywhere?
Oh no.
She's scrappy though, so she'd be a point guard.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All you have to do is lead the way. You can let everybody else do the shooting. Well, thank you so much. And again, my apologies. I have a little checklist and I did not have you all checked off. And that is all we have for our coaches and athletes. I want to thank all of you all for joining me this morning for this press conference, giving a little insight of how you got here from your coaches. What did you think your highs and your lows were, as well as who you are as individuals. But before we conclude, let's run down the schedule for this Saturday's championship held at Irmo High School. The state finals will get underway at 11 a.m. with the girls 4A matchups between Oceanside and Lucy Beckham. That game will be followed by the boys 4A contest between Christchurch Episcopal and Lucy Beckham, 25 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game. And the 5A matchups will begin at 5:30 p.m. and will feature JL Mann and Wando, which will be followed by the boys 5A championship featuring Nation Ford and Wando. Tickets for all state finals are digital and can be purchased at www.gofan.co. And additional information on the lacrosse championships can be found on the South Carolina High School League website at www.schsl.org. Once again, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy days and getting prepared for these championships to be with me today, and thank our viewers for viewing. This will conclude our press conference. Thank you all and good luck.
Thank you.
Nice job.
You did a great job.
Thank you.